what's going on? It's Stokely from South Sunderland. So I was just looking at a Instagram post from Bloomberg's Instagram, and I witnessed this gentleman talking, and I didn't know who he was, but I noticed that his skin was very clear. His hair was very well placed. I mean, Pete Hegseth, who is, I think, the cabinet guy for the Department of Defense or something like that, the head of the Department of Defense. His hair is very well placed also, but this gentleman was obviously much older than Pete Hegseth. I think Pete Hegseth is probably in his 40s. We're probably the same age. But this gentleman, I could kind of tell that he's had some work done. So I looked into the caption and it said, "Oh, Bill McDermott, CEO of ServiceNow." So I said, "Who is this guy?" He doesn't seem like he doesn't seem like a regular guy. He seems like he's doing something with, to preserve himself. So then I looked up his birthday, and he's born, I think it's 1963. So no, I'm sorry. He's 63 years old. Okay, so I don't know. I can't backtrack into that. It told me when it was born, but I can't backtrack into it right now. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that math. Let's do the math. It's 2025. So he was born with a 2. So 40 from 2000 is 60. Right? So let's go back 40. No, we can't go back 40 years. We gotta go back 37 years. Is that right? No, it's wrong. 2025 minus 3 is 2022. 2022, right? So 2022 minus 60. So 1962. 1962. So he's born about 1961, 1962. He's 63 years old. Something like that, right? And I think he just had a birthday. I think he's born in April or something. So, I was looking at my picture being vain the other day. I went to a birthday party for my childhood friend that passed away. And my childhood friend that passed away. I was looking at the pictures being vain and just looking at how my laugh lines were so pronounced and the gray hairs in my beard were so visible, even from far away. Even in a low resolution picture, you could see that, I'm up there now. I'm a gentleman of a certain age now. And I'm looking at Bill McDermott on this Bloomberg post, and I see his mouth is a little bit, rigid. There's no lines in his forehead. His skin is glowing, shining, looks moisturized. He was probably video conferencing from home, I would assume, maybe his office. But then I asked ChatGPT, who is this guy, Bill McDermott, and what is his beauty routine? So, according to ChatGPT, he does not divulge anything about his beauty routine. But in 2015, he suffered an eye injury that caused him to be blind in one eye. And also, he's always been known to have an impeccable presence regarding posture, regarding his fashion. I mean, it's always professional business style. Regarding his hair, so his presentation is one of like a Mad Men, Captain of Industry, Clark Gable, or type of man's man. Like I said, all those words: Captain of Industry, Mad Men type of situation. Matter of fact, he's like the guy from American Psycho. I don't know what the name of the character was. He's like that serious about his appearance, like American Psycho. Maybe he saw American Psycho and he took it serious. But I looked at his face and I could not see any shade of a beard, stubble at all. And it's possible that he had like a wet makeup on. It's possible, but I don't think so. So I assume that he had his hair probably permanently removed. He possibly had his hair permanently removed from his lip, from his chin, from his cheeks, and I'm assuming that his hair has been removed from his face and his neck. His neck didn't have any, didn't hang. He didn't have any striations on his neck, and his speech was kind of limited. He tried to crack a smile at one point, but then he controlled himself. So you can see that, he had some lip fillers. His lips are full, not too gaudy, but still his lips are like, obviously he has lip fillers or collagen or something going on there. He didn't have any lines on his forehead, so I assume that he's doing Botox. Bryan Johnson also does Botox, which I think is antithetical. Is that the word that I want to use? Antithetical to his don't die campaign. Bryan Johnson is creating supplements and red light therapy and cold plunging and taking olive oil every day, but he's also putting Botox in his forehead. He's also exchanging blood from his son and putting it into his own body. Now, Bryan Johnson is kind of a pioneer, or the big guy that everybody knows for longevity. Peter Thiel is also studying longevity. There's a few other people. There's a young guy that, I don't know if he's young or not. He's about 50 years old, but he looks like a little kid. That's out there. I don't know what his name is. That's studying longevity. But going back to, let me just conclude with Bryan Johnson. Bryan Johnson, it kind of confuses me. How are you selling supplements and practicing a healthy routine of high intensity training and all these things, but you're injecting live bacterial cultures into your forehead, which is Botox, into his face? Anyhow, whatever, whatever. You can do whatever you want. I'm not criticizing. I'm not taking anything away from him. I'm just saying, if you want to have longevity, I don't think it would be probably wise to inject live bacteria into your body like that. I mean, we eat live bacteria when we eat yogurt to get those, the good gut biome and all that stuff, you know what I mean? But at the same time, you know what I mean? I don't know. Injecting it subcutaneously, that could get into your bloodstream is different from having it pass through your digestive system. That's just my opinion. But anyway, Bill McDermott. Did I say his name was Bryan? His name is Bill McDermott. So Bill McDermott now, I said he's 63 years old. Skins looks great, but obviously he's done a lot of work. Like I said, lip fillers. Looks like Botox in his forehead. I'm pretty sure his neck has been tightened up. I'm pretty sure under his chin has been tightened up. There's not one wrinkle in his face. And I'm suspecting not only he has had a facelift, but he's possibly, I think, the way how chiseled his cheekbones are so chiseled, I might suspect that he has some kind of implants in his face also. I have a slight suspicion that he also has implants in his face, but I don't know. Like they say, he doesn't share that information with anybody about what he's doing. But you see him, you can see that he's his movement is limited, so that would indicate a facelift. His lips are, unusual. Not overly gaudy, but a little bit unusual. You can see that his lips have been filled, and his skin is void of any blemishes and any stubble or anything like that. So I think that he's had some hair removal. done. But he's looking like his skin looks like I would say like a 20-year-old that just came from a workout. You know, it's shining and it's smooth and it looks like it has some resiliency somewhat in it, except in my opinion, near where you see his cheekbones, it seems a little exaggerated, especially for his age. It seems a little exaggerated. But hey, listen, Bill, don't let me take anything away from you, man. Like I said, I think you did good work. I mean, nobody tops Cher. Nobody tops Cher when it comes to top notch plastic surgery. Nobody tops Cher when it comes to top notch plastic surgery. Cher is probably 80 years old. Cher is gotta be in her 80s. Cher looks like 20 something, early 20s. So she has a lot to impart. Hopefully she writes a book or conveys something about who she's working with, where she's going, because I don't see even people with a lot of money, I don't see achieving what she achieves. Now, what's his name? Bryan Johnson. I think Bryan Johnson sold his company for maybe $800 million or something like that, or he got $800 million from selling his company. He sold his company for $800 million. I don't know if that went into his pocket. It's probably not. But what's his name? A guy like Bryan Johnson. What's his name? They say that Bill McDermott is worth approximately up to $300 million. So he doesn't necessarily, he's not one of the richest millionaires. He's not even a billionaire. He's not worth a crazy amount of money, but the money that he does have looks like he does spend some on himself. I think either Bryan Johnson or LeBron James spends about $1.4 or $1.7 million a year on their health routine. But hey, I gotta go. So if you want to go check out some decent plastic surgery and Botox and all of that stuff for like a man that's really doing it, aside from Bryan Johnson, go check out Bill McDermott. He's really doing it.